I thought the big, part of that game was just third down, how that game came out. Like I said last night, we couldn't get off the field on defense. That allowed them to have a lot of plays and score points, and we didn't convert a lot of third downs on offense, and we'll have our best effort moving forward to go to LA.
Wow, guys. Just wow. Just when I think the Cardinals can't stoop any lower this season, they went ahead and did it this week against the Bengals.
Players, you got to take pride in not letting stuff like that happen, but they beat us pretty good.
There were a few games at the end of this season that I thought maybe the Cardinals could possibly win. The game against the Falcons and the game today against the Bengals. But boy was I surprised when we couldn't score but more than 14 points against one of the worst defenses, if not the worst defense in the NFL today. The only defenses I think might be worse than the Bengals defense is the Cardinals defense and the Cowboys defense. This is one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and we were able to do nothing against them all day long. Michael Wilson was able to get a touchdown grab, and Trey McBride was able to get a garbage time touchdown grab at the very end of the game. But since Jacoby Brissett took over for Kyler Murray early in the season, he and the offense have not been shut down so badly as they were today. The offensive line was blocking poorly half the time. There was absolutely no running game yet again, as Michael Carter was the leading rusher for barely 29 yards basically. None of the play calls by Drew Petzing, who has been needing to be fired for weeks now, are doing anything to help this offense. They literally don't counter the other team when they score. They literally do not keep any momentum going. They don't keep going to people who have the hot hand, and they don't set up people for success. Everything is just a giant failure after failure after failure. The team doesn't show any urgency or hustle when they need to be showing urgency and hustle with the football, and when it matters late, for some reason on 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 7 we kept running the football, and it worked one time. Just pass the damn football. You're losing 37-7 in the fourth quarter. Every single week is the same bull crap over and over. Jonathan Gannon standing on the sidelines, crossing his arms with no emotion. Drew Petzing drawing up horrible play calls. I'm starting to get really used to Jacoby Brissett and his confused look on his face every single time there's a 4th down they don't convert, or every single time he gets sacked, or every single time he throws a bad pass or an interception. I'm getting really used to that confused look on his face, and to be honest with you, I don't have any more patience for it at this point. Are we gonna ride with this guy for a whole nother year? Who knows? But honestly, I'm not really looking forward to it if we do. The future does not look bright for the Arizona Cardinals, and against a team who has struggled a lot this season and who has one of the worst defenses in the NFL, may I remind you they lost to the Jets. We were only able to score 14 points. We also weren't able to stop them at all defensively, proving that our defense must be way worse than theirs. We let an offensive lineman on his birthday catch a pass for 17 yards. He just bowled over our defense like it was nothing. They would have probably been able to score a touchdown with that. The Bengals, who had 5 wins this season, had such a big lead on us in the fourth quarter that they subbed Joe Burrow out, and Joe Flacco got to play the entire fourth quarter for the Bengals offensively. That's how badly they were beating us. That's how much of a joke the Arizona Cardinals are right now. Even the Browns beat the Steelers this week, guys. We're more of a joke than the Browns are this season. Where was Marvin Harrison Jr.? The one time I saw him involved in the game, he went up for a pass and went like, don't throw balls at me. You know that scares me, guys. On the game, Marvin Harrison Jr. had no catches and he was targeted one time. Michael Wilson is by far and away wide receiver 1 on this football team. There's not really a wide receiver 2 behind him though. Other than Michael Wilson and Trey McBride, the second best receiver today was Weaver, who only had 2 catches for 24 yards. If it wasn't for Wilson and McBride, this team would have absolutely no one to throw to and no one to go to all the time. But it's very clear that we need at least a wide receiver 2 on this football team, because we only have 1 wide receiver and 1 tight end right now. The glaring holes: we need a receiver, we need a running back, because we have no running game at all whatsoever. But whenever a running back like Kiner shows that he has potential last week, you then go to him 1 time for 2 yards in this game. When Michael Carter shows you that he's dangerous out of the passing game, you go to him 2 times for 14 yards. Jacoby Brissett had 37 pass attempts in this game because we were pretty much playing from behind the whole time, and he was sacked 4 times. Having to watch this offensive line this season has been one of the worst things I've gotten the opportunity to do this year. Also, half of the defenders still standing around on the field. Do you guys care about potential future contracts for yourself, or you just want to stand there and give up on the season? People who give up on the season, regardless of how it's going, need to be kicked to the curb. Let's get some players who actually care. The fact that this coaching staff is still employed right now is blowing my mind at this point. It's very clear that they're going to let them run out the rest of the season, but having to look at Jonathan Gannon stand there with his arms crossed on the sideline, or Drew Petzing anymore, it just makes me sad. The Arizona Cardinals are no longer the cardiac Cardinals this season. Instead, they're the crippling depression Cardinals, and they deliver a hearty dose of crippling depression to me every single week. I wish I could be more positive. In my streams, I'm sure many of you have seen I've been trying my best to be positive. positive. But after losing 37-14 to a Bengals team that's gotten pretty dominated all season long, I can't help but at least be pretty frustrated right now. The fact of the matter is, this is the most embarrassing loss for the Arizona Cardinals with Jacoby at quarterback, and if I have to look at that confused, frustrated look on his face one more time, which I will have to next week, I'm gonna lose it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's very likely that the Cardinals starters will be going up against the Rams backups next week and their backup quarterback, because the Rams have already locked up a healthy playoff spot. But I also think that there's a pretty good chance that the Cardinals starters may lose to the Rams backups. I guess we're all gonna have to wait till next week to find out. I don't know why I even try anymore. I don't know why I think this team would ever give me hope ever again. But until next time, thank you so much for watching this. We're almost monetized on the channel, so every minute of watch time and every subscriber means the world to me. Join the Askew crew today. I'll see you very soon in my next video or my next stream, and bye-bye.